Hello everybody, today is Friday, March the 20th, and as promised, I'm going to try to teach some lessons to you all. I hate that we're not in school, I miss you guys a lot, but today we are going to start our measurement unit. Alright, the standard will be listed in the description, and we're going to talk about metric units. We don't use metric units as much as we use customary units, but you know how it is, we still have to learn it. Alright, so in our metric units, we have length, which is measured with meters. We have weight, which is measured with grams. And we have capacity, which is measured with liters. These are our base units. They're what we'll start with, alright? Also, you all know how I am about trying to remember things and help us to remember things when we are using measurement. So we have a nice acronym to help us remember our metric unit. It's kilo, hecto, deca. The base units, which would be meters, gram, or liter, deci, centi, and milli, all right? There's no way that I will remember those if I didn't have my handy dandy acronym, all right? This is the acronym for it. And if you have paper, which I hope you have, you're taking notes. And you can push pause, however you need to help you, all right? And this is for parents too. All right. Here we go. For kilo, we have the K is for king. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. You may have heard this different ways. I don't like to say that King Henry died. So I like to say King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. This U is for our base units, which would be meters, gram, liter, whichever one we're using at the time. And remember Beyonce, to the left, same thing with our metric unit. That's why I like to start with metric units, because most of you are familiar with just moving the decimal to the left and to the right. Left for divide, remember Beyonce. Right for multiplying, we move it to the right. All right, same thing with this metric unit. These are little steps. My daughter says she doesn't like the steps. She likes to just write it out. I like the steps because you can see yourself going up the steps or down the steps, all right? And these steps will come in handy in just a minute. So if you want to pause so that you can make this same chart on a piece of paper to help you, feel free, go right ahead. All right, guys, I also wanted to add that this base unit is meter, M for meter, G for gram, or L for liter. It just depends if you're dealing with length, weight, or capacity. This would be your base unit. All right, so I'm moving along. It'll all make sense when we put it together, but like I said, I like to do things that help me remember. You all know that. So, what is this a picture of? Hope you said a horse. What is this a picture of? I hope you said a fly. Okay, so this is how I remember if I'm supposed to divide, move to the left, or if I'm supposed to multiply, move to the right. All right? If I'm going from, which is bigger, a horse or a fly? Ding, ding, ding. A horse is bigger than a fly. So if I'm going from horse to fly, I would multiply, which means I'm going to move to the right. Good job. All right, and if I'm going from fly to horse, which means I'm going from smaller to bigger, I'm going to divide, of course. So fly to horse, divide, of course, which means I'm going to move to the left. Good job. All right, so now we are going to put our practice into play. We're going to work some problems out together, and then I'm going to let you do it on your own, all right? So I'm going to take this chart so that we can refer to it, and I'm going to move it, so that'll be a good place. All right, so these are examples that we're going to do. You can do them with me. You can pause it so that you can see if you get the same answer that I get. We'll do the first one together, and then I'll give you an opportunity to do one. All right, so this first example, we are going from 100 centimeters, and we're going to see how many meters that would be. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my handy dandy chart, and I'm going to find centimeters. This would be centimeters. And I could write a cm there. I probably should have done that. Cm for centimeters. So I'm standing here on centimeters and I'm going to meters. So which way do I have to go to meters? This way. I'm going to go to the left or up. So I'm going to go 1, 2 steps, right? 2 steps. So where is the decimal in 100 if I cannot see it? Good job. It's at the end. So from here, I'm going to move my decimal 2 places to the left. Right. 1, 2. So I'm going to go from here, 1, 2, to right here. There's nothing here, nothing here. So 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. Did you get that? Good job. All right, so I went from centimeters to meters. So I did 2 steps. All right, now on number 2, I'm going to give you an opportunity to do this one. We're going from 58 meters to millimeters. All right, so where are we going to stand? Right here on our base unit on meters. Good job. And which way are we moving? We're going here to millimeters. That is what MM stands for. All right, we're going to millimeters. So we're going to stand here and we're going to go to millimeters. So we will take 1, 2, 3 steps. 3 steps. All right. Where is our decimal on 58 meters? Right, it's at the end. So now this one I'm going to take a chance to write over because my decimal is right here. And how many times am I going to move it to the right? 3 times. Good. So that would be 1, 2, 3. What goes in these cups right here? Zeros. You all did not forget. So this will be zeros. So right here I would have 58,000. So 58 meters is equal to 58,000 millimeters. Good job. You see how we did that? And I'll go ahead and put this on the chart. All right, and I also want to point out that this won't always be DM, CM, MM. It could be DG for grams, or it could be DL for deciliters. It could be that way too. All right, but we just happen to be working with length right now. So we're working with meters. All right? Okay. So now, we've kind of gone over. You'll get a chance to practice, don't worry. But we've gone over how to move the decimal, which is we're already familiar with that because we've done that before. All right? So this problem is a little bit different. I'm going to do it, and then you'll get an example. I'm going to load a practice sheet onto Canvas for you to practice on later. But we're comparing. So we have to tell if 9,000 meters is greater than, less than, or equal to 20 kilometers. All right? How do we do that? Well, first of all, we have to change either meters to kilometers, or we have to change kilometers to meters. In this one, I like to go from fly to horse. So I'm going to, which means I'm going from the smaller to larger. So I'm going to take 9,000 meters and change it to kilometers. Okay? All right, so how do I change 9,000 meters to kilometers? First of all, I'm going to stand here on meters. Here on meters. That was millimeters. Here on meters, and I'm going to jump to kilometers. So I'm going to go from here, 1, 2, 3 jumps. So I'm going to take my decimal. Where's my decimal? It's at the end, and I'm going to move it 3 times to the left. So I'm going 1, which is dividing, 2, 3. So now my decimal is here behind the 9. So I have 9 kilometers is equal to, less than, or greater than 20 kilometers. 9 kilometers is less than 20 kilometers. So that is how you compare. You have to change your units of measurement to be the same. Just like when we do fractions and we have to have the same denominator to add or subtract. Same thing when you're comparing. You have to have the same unit to compare. So you can either change kilometers to meters to kilometers, or you can change kilometers to meters. Your choice. All right, so I have 2 practice problems here for you to practice. I'm going to give you time to practice them. I'm going to come back and give you the answer. For here, you're going from centimeters to millimeters. And from here, you're going from millimeters to kilometers. I'm going to give you time to practice those. And then I'll come back and give you the answer. And then I'm going to let you practice on Canvas, on a Canvas page. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comments. I will come back and answer, I promise. All right. Okay, how do you think you did? Well, let's see. All right, so we were going from 75 centimeters to millimeters, all right? So I'm going to stand here on centimeter, and I'm going to the right, so I'm multiplying. I'm going to go to the right to millimeters. That's just one step. So on 75, where's my decimal? It's at the end. I'm going to write it right here. And I'm going to move it one time to the right. What do I put in that cup? 0. So that would be 750 millimeters. How'd you do? Good job. All right. Number 2, we had 120 million millimeters is equal to how many kilometers? So we're going here. We're standing here on millimeters, and we're going all the way up to kilometers. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. So where's my decimal? At the end, I'm going to move it 6 times to the left because I'm dividing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be 120 kilometers. I hope you did well, but you do get a chance to practice on Canvas. You can go to Canvas now. There's just a quick little practice page. It's actually the reteaching page from the workbook. It's reteaching 13-4 if I'm not mistaken. Take it, work it out, submit it. I'll give you feedback on it, send it back to you. You can see how you did. This is not for a grade. This is practice. If you have any questions, in the comments, or for those of you who like to text, you can text me. All right, thank you. See you later. Tune in for Sideways Stories from Wayside School.